Detona on T here, as it was Detona's map choice. Now taking the favored side of CT, and it does look like the T's to begin this round will be moving towards middle here, while two members on the Detona side towards A ramp as well as A halls. Now they're going to be pushing up lower B.
Molotov in the window, and yeah, you might end up in upper B, which would be nice if they turn the corner into catwalk, but nope, not the case. Your solo defender here, Vati, is now at ticket booth and he's smoked off. So it'll be a retake A strategy. Those two guys that were in lower are now coming back across T spawn, which could be a surprise, but look how far Detona have been able to gobble up territory. They've got the vent hole locked up. There's no escape. There's no path for that one. Instead, most of your CTs are coming in through ticket booth, but it's those two dastardly ones, Blue and Sam, that are working on the flanks back here. This will get interesting.
Bluemeister coming up this ramp, able to take down Turbercio now as Sam finds Turtle. Bluemeister onto his second of the round here, and just on VSM and Hards out.
No, there's almost no escape now. It looked like Detona were happy about that one. The bomb will just be stuck straight through. Denial allowing them into the sights and saying, we've got a secret weapon.
Yeah, a great little setup from Denial there, pushing two players almost instantaneously towards lower B, and then through those B tunnels, moving towards CT spawn for that flank. Detona not anticipating that from the CT side, and they are absolutely punished for it by Bluemeister.
Yeah, you got those two were opening frags, and you still had an ace up your sleeve, too, considering the Palace player was not getting kills, but was still the surprise. So good damage early at top mid. Looks like Sam gets that kill. PRT, I believe, caught a grenade down here in A main. So that is beneficial to Denial right here as well. Looks like Detona having just the deco going their way. It's going to be Tiburcio that tries to draw attention to the B site. He's got two defenders there, Link and Blue, but the real action, the ruse for that B site is to set up some action on A. The Deagles slowly slide their way through A main, undetected so far, but that's all part of the plan. Again, Denial playing passive enough. Vati holding the tight angle. PRT about to swing this one, and it'll be a UMP to your face. Now looking out for the next one. Turtle up in the Palace side. Uh-oh, not the deepest of magazines, but you still reloaded it with 7 rounds left, and VSM gets 2 Deags into the site. Looking for the next one as well. He stood so confidently out for that fight. 3v2. The bomb's down out in the open, and the CTs rebound back.
Yeah, Bluemeister now taking down Tiburcio, as well as Sam now taking down Turtle. Denial coming out with that round, and it will be 2 on the board for them. Detona will be buying up into this, however, looking to get their first on the board, and it does look like Denial, because they lost a couple members, will be dropping some AUGs, and I do imagine it will be full rifles on the field for the CTs.
Yeah,
look at that second shot.
Yeah, that was nuts. And look how confident he was on this next one. He was posted up. His first 2 shots missed, but he was so slow with his fire rate.
The things we've seen him do with the Deagle, I won't count him out any single time.
He stood out there and he knew spamming it wasn't going to get a reward, so he took his sweet time. 1, 2, 3, and Turtle gets the kill against Sickly. So there you go. Count him out. Maybe another body will fall if I count out to 3. They're going to push up through connector. They have spotted Link that's over here towards the jungle side, and Hards out times that. They should actually feel confident that they can push through that smoke, especially after picking up that kill, but it's a battle through the smokes. 2v4, Hards out, 1 HP. Bluemeister, last man up, has a flash and a dream. Not even a kit out there, so it looks like Detona will draw their first victory after this bomb plant.
Yeah, Blue should save in this position just off the sheer fact that they now really have no money to buy up into the next round. So if Blue gets taken down here, that's a massive weapon that they're going to lose going onto that eco. Detona, though, a very nice play towards middle, able to pick off those first frags, and then we see Sam A with a little bit of life for the Denial side, but he's quickly traded out. PRT with 2 kills on the round now, going for his 3rd.
Tough place to save. Right here, the Cubby next to CT. He's got that action, and he needs to take this fight against Turtle fast, sooner rather than later, because there was going to be a player in the market soon enough. Blue, just couldn't get back to that Cubby in time. He looked at it so longingly, and then ended up dying. But Detona ended up getting that round anyway. It did cost them quite a few bodies at the end of that one, but they should have an easier time here. I would expect a MAC-10 getting picked up.
Okay, Denial now looking at their money. Maybe a little bit of a force buy out of them. The Detona money isn't really set up too strong right now, so there is the opportunity for Denial, but they aren't going to do that. They're going to pick up a smoke on the back of Link, a couple flashes, And I do imagine they're going to be looking for just a pop flash towards middle, as you actually see Sam A set up in CT spawn, getting ready to pop flash middle for these players on Cat as well as Connector to peek out.
Yeah, this is 5 rifles. They're setting up for the next rifle round that Denial would have. So if Denial get any kills here, any, they're very, very valuable. They're little gems that are sprinkled around. Hards out, posts up, spots 2. He'll take those quickly. The spam follows through. It's only Sam A left. Turtle might get caught. He does. 1 value under the belt. That's it. Cost them 5 bodies, but that's not too shabby. So Turtle's money is going to be a little bit challenged on this round. Maybe PRT will share the love. Maybe Hardzal will share the love. Yeah, Hardzal throws the AK over to Turtle. He's the man that has most of the money. 2-2.
Okay, and another eco coming up from Denial. That double save is going to give Detona the opportunity to get ahead now with their 3rd round on the board. Denial actually favor a couple pistols here, Dallas. And what this tells me is that they're going to play a very aggressive, maybe set up towards A. We might see those CZs get close to the apartments, actually push up into them. And what does it seem like they're doing? Sickly will actually be getting aggressive towards A ramp, while Vati will be playing in Connector alongside Sam, who just goes down to Tiburcio.
He almost lined up that headshot with that scout. I think the aim punch might have been what stopped him dead in his tracks. Vati out with his CZ. He's got 4 bullets. Not enough time to reassemble this one. And he chooses to try and reassemble that IKEA pistol. Not going to get the directions out there in time. 4 on 3. Make it even more so. Just link left. Deeg in hand. Rifles are coming up next for Denial. And again, every kill has value. Oh, he's got an AK, but there's a player behind him. He turns back towards Hardzal. He needs this instant headshot. There's the angle, and he's got it. Well shot. Looking for the next 2. That could have been really costly for Detona. So Denial are at least starting to set themselves up, but Detona winning 2 of those rounds relatively healthy, are able to at least have enough money saved up in cash, I think, in case Denial do win 1 round. They needed a couple more kills with those pistols.
Yeah, pretty clean-cut round out of the Detona side. They do lose 2 members, like you mentioned, but like you said, able to keep the majority alive. They've got a bit of cash influx moving into this first gun round, however, Dallas. We will see Link and Sickly pulling out that double-op setup, something that's a very expensive taste for them, as you like to say so many times. And it will be Link now, burning down to 39 HP, forced off of that connector area.
Yep, mid-control gifted over to the T side, but it's not out of the question yet that Vati could swing out. He's just looking over this smoke at the top side of connector. He's flashed off his angle. He may have even been spotted. No, he was not, but still, Detona look for the kill regardless. Can they flex out of this position in middle? A lot of teams can take mid, but a lot of teams struggle to transition from this hold to this execution.
Look at Sam A, though. He's aggressed through these B tunnels, creating all this space for his team, making this call that nobody is over towards this portion of the map. He actually catches PRT off, boosting in the window, and now Link walks right into the AK of Tiburcio as Vati takes down VSM.
No call. There's no call that Tiburcio's coming out of jungle.
Oh.
No communication that he was there. He ran, actually, the whole way through. And it's a 3-3 right now. The bomb's way back towards T-Apps. Looks like it'll be picked up and shifted over towards A. Turtle taking a little bit of harassment out there on top of Palace end. Tiburcio is going to be challenged to get out of this spot. Looks like all the while, though, that shift from Sam going up into the ladder room allows him to escape connector, and he can post up and prevent Blue from coming through this little hole. Or can he?
He actually makes it through, but yeah, Tiburcio able to take down Blue. The bomb does go down in the meantime, and it will be Sickly now towards CT spawn, getting flashed off, getting spammed down to 26, as we are going to see Sam A making his way through that little connector and able to take down Tiburcio in window.
That was nice. They're isolating some players, but Hardzal has been able to hit some harder shots. 2 quick kills right there, and Denial are going to have to bow out in this next round. And Detona say thank you for the AWP. We didn't have to buy that ourselves. They had full AKs, and now they are tossing that over to VSM. VSM currently not a good mid-spawn, but still they should have a domination on this round regardless.
They might not even head out towards middle here. They might just wait at the back of mid, the T side of mid, for any aggression. Because it is an eco round, they do realize that they have broken into that money. And it does look like to start the round, they'll send VSM solo towards B tunnels with that AWP. Could be very scary if there is a player aggressed towards lower, and there is. Sam A now making his way through those lower B tunnels. And he could take down VSM.
Yeah, it looks like aggression. So Vati's death right there in A main might be the sounding alarm for Detona, saying there was an aggressive player out here. There might be more aggressive players globally across the map. Bluemeister now getting burned out of his position. Tiburcio has him tracked, but the little left to right is enough to upset his aim. And there's going to be an AK that can be recovered. And look at Blue. He's being skinny behind that wall still, though. Turtle knows how to turtle down. hunker down. And it's welcome to the clutch. VSM shows us that spray of his, and Detona 5-2, 5 in a row as well.
Yeah, as soon as they get guns on the field, they're absolutely a dominant force. Denial not having an answer for them. Detona with a lot of good individual fights to open up the map across the field. Denial not really doing too much aside from Sam A's aggression towards those B tunnels, which is giving them a massive amount of information. It's really been just a lackluster CC side from the Denial team. So far, at least. Still plenty of rounds for them to come alive.
T-Smoke comes out. Hardzao is probably wishing it didn't come because he had window secured holding that angle. A main starting to be infiltrated. Looks like Turtle just casually walks straight in. Vati can't connect either, and Turtle continues advancing, so him being the entry fragger was ahead of the curve from that refrag attempt. One player just on the opposing side of this wooden wall. VSM against Link. He'll take that one, keeping Denial in the fight. They're still looking for that next frag. They need Sickly to get out here. Right now, Connector's smoked off, but he does squeak out. He goes over towards the jungle end, and it's basically a north-to-south fight across this A site. Trade for trade, tit for tat. Link, last man up. 1v2 clutch, not that much time on the clock. He does have a kit, but he would need these kills nearly instantly. Tiburcio might give him a peek.
Does, and that's going to be Link being able to take him down now. Turns this into a 1v1. Moving on to the bomb as time fading down. Hardzao able to finish him off. 6th round on the board for the Brazilian lineup.
Unfortunate, Sickly 007 right now, having a tough start, but he is one of the players that can be incredibly impactful. If they can end up getting him to turn back online, or actually probably maybe reset, because after that first game, after that first map, you were mentally drained. Everybody is. So if Sickly can wake up out of this, I would expect Denial to pick up a handful of rounds, but probably not here. Not with the Deagles, not with the CZs and 5-7s. It's been spotted as well. Hardzao is going to make the call that somebody jumped out of the window, and it's going to be Bluemeister paired up with Link right behind him. They've got themselves an off. Blue, can he hit a 6 shot? Sickly's on the board. This is all chaos in mid right now, and somehow the Pistols are doing it. 2v2, and Sam, of all people, is going to be a monster with an AK.
Oh my goodness. This Molotov now towards lower. Sickly jumping up into the window gives Tiburcio a very easy frag there. But Sam still doesn't know where the bomb is. If he heads towards T-spawn, he'll be able to check that one out. But instead, he chooses to go towards the B tunnels, reset the entire situation. And if he does head towards lower B, I do imagine he's going to have the opportunity to catch Tiburcio off towards middle.
Yeah, bomb right where they left it, collecting dust on Mirage. Sam coming back up from underneath. This would be a surprise attack.
Yep.
This is where all the action happened. This kind of returning back to the crime scene is something that you wouldn't anticipate. So Detona, after going through the A site, getting the bomb, do they go back to the A site, though? They
does look like that's what they're going to do. They don't think that actually Sam took that little mid area. They thought he was towards T-spawn, towards the B site. And Sam, in response, thinks they're going to be going towards B. Oh, no, never mind. He called it right, moving towards CT spawn. Now he's still got his back towards that B site, though.
They got one smoke. And it's going to be real critical if they throw this over towards CT spawn. They haven't yet. Looks like they'll plant it in the smoke. Oh, he's wide left or wide right, but he gets the kill. 13 seconds. Turtle just has to grab that bomb and hope for the best for a plant. He's going to go in front of the other side of the box to Sam A, making his way to the correct side. Turtle still thinking that he's over that way. Might end up walking right back into this one. What a clutch and what an eco round for Denial.
Yeah, Sam A, that was a great individual effort out of him, changing his position in that 1v2. And you could see it on the Detona members. They flashed T-spawn initially, and that's a prompt to Sam there that says, okay, they're in the T-spawn area. They might be faking me just a little bit with a sound cue, but it's actually Detona recovering that bomb and flashing that area because they thought Sam was defending it. And in doing so, they moved back towards that A bomb site where Sam actually repositioned himself, and he's able to pick up that frag in the smoke and then once again reset his position towards that window to pick up that bomb planter in the post-plant scenario. A great effort out of Sam. Great awareness from him.
It looked like a lot of people had a hand in winning that eco round for Denial.
Definitely.
I mean, Sickly was in that window. We saw that replay. He ended up getting 2 kills from as far as we spotted. A little bit of missed flash right there that delays Detona from crossing the top mid right now, but they do it anyways, boldly going rather quickly. It is being detected by Bluemeister. He is in connector, top side of this one. He's got a great shot. They're pushing through the smokes. So now he puts himself right in front of it, hoping that the T's come in and bump him, chest bump him, but they pass him. Sam actually gets both kills, and Blue will wipe his eyes and see that there's 2 more T bodies stacked up here. You've got information as well that nobody's back towards T spawn. Link has been able to get back there, all the way back there, with an off of all places. So VSM last up, and Denial are waking up.
Yeah, VSM, the final member, should be taken down here momentarily. That's a good flash coming out towards that catwalk. I do believe Blue spotted him as well, and it's going to be Vati to finish him up. And it will be Denial moving on to their 4th round, and Detona looking a little bit worse for wear in terms of economy now, as they're going to be buying out the majority of their cash here, and this is a good round for Denial to pick up. This is going to be the round that puts Detona onto an eco and gives Denial the opportunity to tie it up. This round has massive implications. Let's see if Denial are actually able to come out with the victory.
Yeah, so Denial, if they do win this round, no matter what, in the position that Denial are in right now, are actually playing catch-up. 6 rounds already out of the 10 that have played out for Detona going their way. That is a really good rate to be able to win that. If you continue at that pace, I think you end up on, what, the 10-5 or something like that, or the 9-6 is pretty close in there.
Exactly.
So it's been pretty good for Detona, and you're right, if they can manage one more with this full AK setup, they can continue to pile on. And it would be, what, 7-4, then 8-4, and then that T side's out of control.
Okay, freeze time coming undone here. Denial with that double op setup, a very expensive taste, and it's going to cost them quite a bit to bring into this round. Let's see what they're able to do with it here, as it does look like at least one of the ops will be heading towards B tunnels. This is great out of Link. He's able to control this whole part.
Oh, look at the flashbangs that are there. Sickly gets picked off finally. There was a big spray. They really wanted that opener kill, and they get it. Now they push ahead. This is played out very similar to what would be a pistol strategy, but this smoke, Turtle's able to look around the bench side of that. Now, I was talking about that smoke before. That's a difficult one to land dead center, and if you can abuse one side of it or not, you can actually take control of the round. And I think even after that kill from Link, it looks like a save call is made. Blue has heard Tiburcio over here, so he's a bit wary to cross back over to this angle. They'll take this fight. Tiburcio wins it, and things are looking dark for Denial on this next round.
Okay, now this match looking like Detona now picking up this pace, taking advantage of maybe an exhausted Denial side that really is having no luck on their CT, less a few rounds where Detona are trying to force smokes. It will be now Link in that B bomb site. Is he able to keep this op in his hands? We are seeing
right behind him.
There it is. That op is lost. The 2 most expensive guns on the field for Denial are lost in battle, but they are able to buy back up into this round here, so they're not out of dodge yet, or they're not out of the fight just yet, I should say.
Right, and well, let's see if they can manage this one. Yeah, they are able to scrounge some savings together and keep this pressure up. Detona, it was a fairly painful round for them, but a really quick execute. And Detona's not a team, like if you look at day 2 Denial or even day 1 Denial, they were a team that played aggressive. Detona can actually let off the gas pedal and end up in a really good spot where they're leaving a big question above Denial's head of what's going to be coming out. Link spraying as he might, just holding and hoping for a second kill, a second headshot to be there. It is a quicker B execute. But you've got defenders on the site as it stands now. That's Blue. He's calling for help. Sickly's just now coming in through the door. Nice shot from Blue as well. As now Turtle's up in the apartments. He's got the bomb, and it stays up there. So they can recover this one and reset themselves. There's still plenty of time on the clock. You do not need to dedicate yourself to the B site until Tiburcio leaps in. That's unfortunate. So Denial looking like they're right back into this fight, still having a dog in it.
Some good damage being done as Hardzow does take down Blue Meister, spots the player towards Catwalk, not able to take down Sam. He should be able to pick up maybe one more frag in this position, but it should be a Denial round momentarily. There you go.
Got ripped, and yeah, Denial scraping the bottom of the barrel when it comes to their money. Just able to edge that one out. Detona played Fast A, they tried Fast B this time, they got stopped.
Okay, looking at Detona's money now. Hardzow on 3.1 as well as VSM on 1.4. That could prompt the save out of the T side. Maybe they'll go for pistol armor, Dallas. But as we near the end of the half, I do imagine they want to just keep all the money they can and try and get a strong buy in front of them. But let's see what they do decide on doing here, as the tactical timeout will be coming undone. Freeze time will take hold. Detona should be making a decision, and the decision is the force buy.
Ooh. Yeah, that 7 rounds already is good, So you have two mindsets if you're 7 rounds already and into the 13th. You're thinking, okay, we are ahead of the curve and we can continue to play aggressive, or we're ahead of the curve and we can play slow, the other end of the spectrum, and end up on a spot where it's like, okay, we can save, we're still ahead, we can throw away a round or two and still end up with a full buy in the next and give better chances.
Okay, it does look like Detona looking like a very fast lower B. Turtle being the first to fall on his team as the 2 other members on Detona moving right to this under window, boosting up, able to take down Sickly, and they're going to go for another boost.
Nade.
But that nade, not too much damage.
That's not bad. That hits PRT, who had the head armor too, down to 85. So the AUG will be able to kill you instantly. And that's a welcome sight. VSM, who had just chest armor, that difference isn't all that valuable. He still does no head armor. But he jumps into the window, and that must have been a deeper smoke because VSM felt like he was comfortable falling into that soft, fluffy cloud. And now he'll be in the afterlife in the clouds up there.
Link misses his upper B shot, almost goes down to Hards out, but able to pick up the second one. Now PRT getting tagged as he's moving up Cat. Link, is he able to pick this one up? He is, just before Tiburcio trading it out. It's all into Tiburcio. Doesn't have the bomb. Blue Meister swinging out that market. Will get denial. They're 6th on the board. Detona now, well, their money's worse for where this will most likely be a save before the last round of this first half. And it will be denial with the opportunity to tie it up.
Hey, yeah, more than an opportunity to tie it up. Detona, if they had saved that last one, they'd have a full buy here, more than just their P250s and Glocks. They would have had AKs. They may have even had an AWP in there if they had chosen to, and armor and the like. But now they're just down into the wishy-washy stuff, maybe throwing spitballs at them from this far away. Man, that dink, though. I think that dink only did like 10 damage, but it's returned. PRT's now at 2 HP. Turtle leads the way up connector, and just as he dies, there's a smoke there, but I think that smoke is leaving a pretty big gap up there at top connector. An AWP rings out, and the T's are starting to filtrate into the A site, but it's going to be difficult without any utility, without any real firepower to make an honest effort.
Yeah, the final member, Tiburcio, he will fall to Vati now, and Denial have tied this one up. A very fast connector rush coming out from the T's, getting absolutely demolished there, but it was only pistols. But now we move into the final gun round of the half. AKs on the field for Detona, no AWP, however. So the double op setup for Denial still in an advantageous position, not having to worry about an op at any angle. Does give the benefit for Denial now to get aggressive and get into very unorthodox spots with those weapons.
Well, this is what we saw on map 1, was an 8-7, and we're going to see it again. But it was Denial that was on the T side that actually got that on the first half of that overpass map. Fast play into B. This didn't work out for the first time. They're going to try it once more into the breach as now they start to melt under the automatic fire and the AWP that's working its way in. PRT gets himself one. That at least keeps them back into this one, and the aggressive push from Sickly.
Okay.
After PRT was spotted against that wall, they'll walk right into him. Now both of your players coming in from catwalk, one behind the next. Hopefully Detona do not trust this smoke. They'll trade 1 for 1. And again, Detona can afford to take those trades, having such an advantage. Now it's up to the clutch for Sam. He can definitely do this.
Yeah, that's a good smoke from him as well. That allows him to get into get right now undetected. PRT doesn't see anything. Hards out is above him, however. He won't be able to spawn him. Another smoke onto bomb coming up from Sam. He's going to tap it. He's going to turn this to a 1v1 now as he is able to make that contact with Hards out, but great play coming out from him, not committing to this. Burning time on the clock, and now Sam, he's not going to be able to close this one out. Detona able to pick up the 8th to take the lead in that first half.
Yeah, great job from Hardzao right there, knowing that he wasn't on the bomb anymore and they were playing this peekaboo game up there on the platform to the bottom of the van, and he just doesn't need to expose, so he just jiggles. The only thing he's going to show you is an elbow, which isn't going to be lethal even if you hit that shot.
Exactly.
So Detona end up on the 8-7 lead, and thoughts for the second half?
I think it's on Detona now to once again let this one go. But looking at it, Denial, Sam A, what a tremendous first half out of him. 19-8 Dallas. I didn't notice that scoreline until we actually ended the half, but he is pulling everything together for this Denial side.
Yeah, the dude's got a pretty strong back right now as he leads Denial through the first half. They've got to replicate that again, though, in the second half if they want another chance, though, because we've seen the 7-8 before. That would end up going 52 rounds. We've got more action coming at you. You're watching the ESL Pro League.
away, walk on, baby. Walk away, walk away, walk on, baby. Walk away, walk away, walk on, baby. Walk away, walk away, walk on, baby. Walk on, baby. Honey, suckle on your lips so sweet. Taste the bitter guarantee I crave. Baby, don't you go and stand so close to me. Stand so close to me. 'Cause honey, I can't help but give the most to me and give the most to me. Walk away,
Hey, ladies and gents, welcome back to the Pro League Denial Detona. Second map, second half about to begin. Look at the ADR. Sam A, as you mentioned before we closed out, he is sitting at 136 ADR, carrying the team to a beautiful half, but it was still a strong one from Detona as well. On their T side, they were able to capture 8 rounds of their own, but this is just the same way it played out on Overpass, 7-8. Oh, no, it doesn't matter if it's CT or T-sided.
Well, now that Detona moving on to CT, I do imagine they're going to be a lot more comfortable into this second half now. That's a good Molotov into window. That's going to push VSM back, allow the cat hit to actually take place, but Denial going to opt towards this connector very quickly here as VSM initially making that contact, but getting tagged out by window as well as connector.
And a well-timed smoke. As they push him into jungle, the smoke chases him in there, and it pops. So you're going to get a safe plant. It's going to be a retake. There are 2 lurks to the other side. Tiburcio and then Sam are both lurking on the other end of the world, but the action is on the main front. Vati to open up the first kill. Sam's searching for that pesky CT. Where could he possibly be? He hears him. Oh, he actually spotted him unless he's at 4-3. Yeah, he'll find it. Uh-oh. Does find the kill eventually, so now you got an extra man in play if you're Denial because of that. Turtle, though, drawing it right on back. They need to be able to get the kill, but the bomb's planted for Sam, and he will dominate you, but it is, in fact, Link that gets 2 of the last 3, and it is drawn right back dead even.
Denial now picking up that pistol round, a great little strap from them splitting towards the connector after Molotoving off that window. And then the pop flash to take jungle control forces Detona now to make that play from CT spawn, which they're just not able to do. The positioning of Denial in that post plant was phenomenal, and they're able to shut down that round as soon as it begins. Detona now onto a full eco, giving Denial the opportunity to see the lead for the first time this map too.
Whew. It's been a while. No, actually, yeah, there it is. Nice shot from Link. He'll get 2. Anti-eco kills, stack him up. Can he get cover in time? Sam comes in, actually saves his life, I think. Turtle with a sweet shot. And again, value kills if you can get him with the pistols. They're not as valuable unless you're able to pick off 3 because you've got 2 more SMGs on the field, and those are likely going to get swapped out. So they are costs of war. You know, it's just, you're expected. You know, it's part of playing the game.
Okay, gun rounds should be coming in for Detona now. Denial, I do imagine they're going to keep this MAC-10, this UMP. They're going to be going ahead with these in tow. Link now, what is he going to decide to pick up, an AWP or an AK? Because I imagine Denial looking for a little bit faster of a round here, as you would say, a burner round almost.
Yeah, it's a little bit different. So UMP MAC-10.
Yeah, they've got too many AKs to really just charge into it.
You don't want to throw those away. 1 AK, I think, is considered a possible burner. 2 gets up there, and 3, no way. So now you've got yourself at least T apartment control. They'll settle up in that position. Your closest player to that would be able to detect this is PRT. So if somebody makes a misstep, PRT will make the call for your number 9 player, Tiburcio, to throw some utility, maybe PRT to throw some utility in there himself into these apartments.
Flash is coming over towards that B bomb site. Here comes the execute out. It's going to be Tiburcio to make that first contact. He's also got his teammate in PRT to defend.
Yep, there's the first and second. They've got a great crossfire set up, but can they deal with it? Not so far. Not so good.
Absolutely
Perfect crossfire.
destroyed, yeah.
Absolutely destroyed. You're exactly right. So sometimes what you do, if Denial are able to get one player out, suddenly that crossfire is a lot easier to take care of because that one player that gets out of the site or out of the apartments lands and challenges one of them directly. That allows a lot more space for the rest of the players to fall into the site as well. But when no boots are able to successfully stay on the ground long enough to shoot back, you're never going to make it out.
Yep. So Detona now tying this one up. It will put Denial onto a little bit of a deagle buy as the majority of those players not having too much cash in their pockets will be looking to save now as the second half has just gotten underway. No use to force buy up. They've got some rounds to play with, and they will take the time out to discuss how they want to approach this round.
9-all. Drawn right back dead even once again. Great defense right there from Detona. You said maybe Detona would be a little bit more comfortable on their CT side, and after that showing, you might have it exactly right. We'll see what ends up happening. I'd like to see a challenge to A. I'd like to see a challenge to mid to really test the defense from Detona to see if it's as touted as it may be on their own map pick.
Does look like Detona will be throwing the aggressive middle smoke here, that Astralis smoke to just keep these T's from actually forcing it too hard, but Link's already made his way out in the moment. He's made his way behind the mid box now, a little bit of contact from VSM, but he's not going to find much else in the process.
Is that a bait smoke? That's a smoke that leaves a big gap in this window. No, it's not a bait smoke because Hardzao gets a kill and almost a half or more than a half against Link. He one-dinks Hardzao back in return. I was thinking that smoke was so off the mark in the window that it may have been all part of the plan to get that CT into one narrow spot that everybody could shoot at.
Yep.
Sometimes teams do that, but it ends up, I think it bit them a little bit too much. 3 for 3 right now. Not too shabby for Denial. If they can just get one more kill, they can actually think about opening this up to a round win. Now they need 2 more kills to think about that.
Yeah, PRT has the bomb though. He's going to smoke in front of him on catwalk here. Force Blue through this smoke if he wants to be able to pick up this bomb. The rotations from Detona, you're actually going to see a little bit of a crossfire as Tiburcio is playing in that window, backing up PRT right now, as well as we are going to have Turtle from that A site, that triple box looking across towards catwalk.
Blue touches that M4 and suddenly finds that it's cursed. Now Link would step up. Tiburcio holds the high end here. He's been spotted, and there would be a threat behind him anyways. He needed that first one. Then he needed to stay low in connector and take the fight on catwalk. 10-9, Detona have recouped the lead only after a short respite.
Okay, let's see how Denial are going to approach this round. After the eco, we will see the AWP bought up on Sickly, who's been playing this a little bit rough now, sitting on 4 and 14. His team's definitely going to need for him to come alive here if they want to have a standing. On the other end, Detona, they're really not getting too much out of VSM now, who's only got 9 frags thus far in this matchup. So for him, if VSM comes alive, we've seen what he's done in the past for this side.
Oh, yeah.
And there you go.
Just as you say, you
Taking down
awoke the
Sam.
Kraken. Musta Krakish.
Ooh.
Hardzao gets 2 kills, and Denial are landing a little bit flat-footed on this round. Little moderate aggression from Detona, and it was more than enough for Denial to be able to deal with. So they are split from one another. You got Palace, you got T-Apps. You're gonna have to pass that TV, change the channel back, and then grab that bomb. Try and come back together.
Okay, bomb now moving back towards T-spawn. We already have Blue Meister towards the end of these apartments. It does look like Turtle will be the sole member to defend. A couple rotations coming in as VSM is playing towards that connector, but for the most part, it is going to be a solo hold, and that's going to prompt Turtle now to play towards Ticket Booth and play this full passive retake on the A site.
Yeah, VSM is in connector right now, so it's going to be difficult to cross. This one smoke, doesn't matter where it lands, if they even throw it at this point, they might do a dry peek.
Yeah, I think they're going to dry peek out.
Yeah,
Yep,
but that's
there you
going to
go.
allow VSM to really get any angle that he so desires. Pop flash off the wall right there, and VSM top of the stairs. Quickly dealt with. Teamwork working between these two guys, setting a little impromptu crossfire.
Vati.
And suddenly, yeah, Vati with an angular shot. Now suddenly has the bomb, but oh, man, he rounds that corner. After Turtle picks up that first kill against Blue, suddenly Vati wanted to take that fight to redeem him. 11-9.
Yeah, we will see another eco out of Denial, as well as that round was pretty much them buying every single thing that they could have saved and going into this round with it. So an 11-9 score will prompt Denial onto pistols once again. Detona the opportunity to pull away by 3 rounds now, and I do imagine they'll be able to do it as these past few eco rounds that they've gotten have been fairly clean for the Detona side.
little bit nades, 3 nades. There goes the first. There goes the second. There goes the third. All into the window. Hardzao has been taken out by the 1 dig after all of that. Link comes around the corner with a knife. Suddenly, surprise, surprise. An AWP has been picked up. Sam has it.
And he's actually going to get a boost going towards this window. This is going to be a great anchorage position for him here, as it does look like Bluemeister will be taken down from the cat plate while the bomb heading over towards B. Sam's going to take down Tiburcio.
You're not going to win this.
And these
blocks,
players are
you?
split. Yeah, I do think they are, until PRT finding 2 onto Sam and Sickly now to bring back the odds in Detona's favor.
Yeah, Vati would need to do it with a Tech 9. Sure, there's plenty of rifles all over the world, but most of them are mid. And Vati into the B site. Right now, he's got free and clear access out here. PRT's in the ladder room, and then Turtle's over at the triple box on the A site. So it'll be a free plant. Nobody's detected this. Right now, both of the players are playing reactionary to this point. So they're allowing Vati free roam to travel about the map, and hopefully Detona would be able to hear this bomb plant and then react accordingly. That's what their idea is.
This is huge from Vati right now. He's actually heading towards window. I do imagine he's trying to recover Sam's AWP, or it's just something that he can pick up. He does recover an AUG in the position, but now with 25 seconds on the clock, he's heading towards A. And this is where the pinch is essentially from these Detona players, with one being on cat and one being towards ticket booth. This is going to be a hard round for Vati to win.
He's got a little bit of time to be able to swing this corner. He's got the angle, but he doesn't win the fight. No armor was there, and yeah, if he gotten that one, he would have gotten a bomb plant out of that in a 1v1 after the fact. So Detona continue to pour it on him. 4 rounds in a row from themselves, coming from behind, from 8 to 9. Now 9 to 12.
Okay, Denal, how are they going to approach this round? I do imagine the AWP on Sickly's back will be the forefront of this round, pushing it out towards middle or towards those B tunnels to get that early kill. Let's take a look at Sickly and see what he's going to decide on doing. It does look like he's going to take a passive approach towards middle, not running out because he didn't have the spawn. And we will see Detona now with the quick Astralis smoke towards middle and keep those T's at bay.
Yep, yeah, they'll push straight in. Turtle now pushing up. They had that little gap in that smoke. They throw a Molotov to the other side of it. Turtle now going to hunker down on the opposing side from the T apartments on those upper mid boxes, and he'll just chill there. So he'll be an early warning. He'll be able to hear them back in T spawn. He'll be able to hear them if they push their way up into top mid. This is really good mid control right now, and it's a difficult spot to be able to dig out because you can see he has Tiburcio giving him some cover fire, a little bait cover as well. So if denials stay right where they're at and they end up executing into B, that's fine and dandy. But if they walk into mid, they're about to walk into a bomb.
Yeah, they're not actually going to Molotov off Turtle here, who's positioned behind this spot. And if they don't do that, you're going to see that crossfire set up as Tiburcio makes the initial contact. Turtle's going to swing right wide to the right, and he should be able to pick up 2 very easy kills.
Sam is coming in through the underpass. They might trap up here on top mid. Wait, did he fall off? He fell off. Oh, the smoke came out. So now Turtle's actually isolated all alone. He'll take this first fight. He needs to take the top side behind these boxes because Sam down from beneath actually takes that fight, but takes 98 damage in return. And he will get out of dodge from that one rapidly so, wisely so. Now Tiburcio, after the smoke was cleared, is able to get back into a position as the B site will be pressured. Rotations coming in, and Hardzao just spamming downrange above this smoke that he set up for himself, and a grenade kill to finish off the wounded Sam. All over it is Hardzao. He'll line them up, and he'll just knock them all down one at a time. Time was a problem, too, for Denial as they try to execute into there with 15 or so seconds to begin with their execution.
Yeah, really, Denial not clearing out that top middle. They had plenty of utility in the process as well, Dallas. They could have Molotoved out behind that box, but it doesn't work out. And then towards the end, forcing into that B site with 15 seconds, Hardzao with a great little one-way smoke, sort of a one-way smoke, but he is able to pick up those final members coming out of the B tunnel with no problem. And Denial now onto a pistol force buy and looking for a rush out of halls to get this round.
They're really close to these CTs. They could actually get overwhelming them, but Sam bumps his head on the top of the door as he tried to jump out the threshold. Now they start to push him back. Push him way, way back. Sickly has somehow managed an op here, and somehow you've managed to kill 3 Detona players on that entry. Detona were really close to those angles, and I thought that Denial could actually end up picking up the first kill, but with Sam bumping into the ceiling and trying to rack another round into his CZ, wasn't able to return fire.
Yeah, he definitely held up his teammates there in that rush. It did look like they were going to get out of that palace a lot quicker, but towards the ramp, that's where the AWP went down as VSM looked to get aggressive there, get that early kill, and Sickly's actually able to take him down.
All right, top mid setting up. Looks like VSM pushed off by a Molotov himself. Oh, but there's a one-way for Hards out. Again, he does it again to them. Last time on the B site, this time right dead smack in middle. You've got a two-man advantage just for a third as well as Turtle aggressive and PRT even slow to react, but still winning that fight. Only blue left, and we still got a minute 25 on this round. This is a very rapid response from
Yeah,
Detona.
much different culture coming out from Daytona now on this CT side. Almost complete opposite of what we saw in Overpass Dallas, as they're looking like a dominant force here until VSM gets taken down with that op. It really was the Daytona show, keeping 5 members alive, absolutely just going right through the Denial roster here as they get 15 rounds now, 1 away from this 2-0 victory.
One away. And I got a little worried there too, because that is exactly what upset Daytona on Overpass. Was they were at that 14 mark, I think, and they decided let's play super aggressive and let's get real loose, and they ended up losing a round. And in fact, that was they had only gotten 1 round after that, and then it was a big streak for Denial.
Well, we talk about this tournament being a learning experience for a lot of these teams, and maybe they've learned now that when you're on the cusp of victory, it's the best time to tighten up even more.
Well, maybe. They just did an aggressive round anyways, but they're still doing it, one after another. They'll even pop flash into mid. It is just bodies stacking up. This looks like it's all it. Again, Blue, who had a minute 25 last round when he was the last man standing, a minute 36 this time, and he's the last man standing. Nowhere to go. It does look Daytona are going to end up winning this one, 16-9. Blue's going to try and make an effort out of this one, but what can he do? There's a big barrel right up there, buddy.
Oh, I don't think he actually saw the barrel. You will hear all these players. Oh, what a big flash, but he's not able to do it. Hards out does take him down. 16-9, Dallas. That is what we're going to finish up with.
Yep.
And it's going to be a 2-0 for Daytona.